face pressures from leaders across the state to resign or face impeachment following claims of sexual assault and harassment from multiple women. Plus, the Jamestown Cruise-In returning tonight. Everything you need to know coming up.
Well, that heat and humidity is going to be on as we go into the next couple of days and into next week. We'll talk about it in detail next as the News at Noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now. This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
A 28-year-old man has died after he was stuck under a pickup truck in Jamestown this morning. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Jamestown police say fire and EMS crews were dispatched to 153 Hopkins Avenue, a ServiceMaster garage, for a report of a subject trapped under a vehicle just after 7 this morning. Officers say units arrived and found the male victim trapped under a pickup truck that was being worked on inside of the garage. The victim, police report, died as a result of injuries sustained from the weight of the vehicle falling on him while he was working under the truck. Now, authorities confirmed to WNY News Now that the man was not an employee of the shop, but was only using the garage to do private work on his vehicle. The name of the victim is not being released at this time, pending notification of next of kin.
This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
And more breaking news at this hour. The woman who accused Governor Cuomo of groping her in the executive mansion has filed criminal complaint with the Albany County Sheriff's Office. That's according to a spokesperson for the sheriff who spoke with the New York Post. The complaint was filed yesterday. If sheriff's investigators confirm the allegations, they could arrest the governor. The state attorney general's report identifies the woman as executive assistant number 1. She says Cuomo reached under her blouse and then groped her breast in his office at the mansion. The woman also told investigators Cuomo had, on various occasions since 2019, grabbed her buttocks, kissed her on the lips, and hugged her inappropriately. Cuomo denies groping her, pointing to text messages the executive assistant sent to other staff on that day of questioning, indicating nothing was amiss. Meanwhile, the impeachment investigation into the governor is closing in. Investigators are separately looking to file criminal charges against Cuomo after a bombshell report by the New York Attorney General's alleged his sexual harassment of women. Jason Ruttman with more on where the impeachment side of this story stands.
An extensive impeachment investigation into an alleged pattern of misconduct by New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is coming to a close.
The Assembly is going to be moving at a much faster pace than we had ever thought before. I think there's a consensus in the Assembly that he should be impeached. That could happen within a matter of weeks, if not sooner. And then he goes to the Senate. I don't see any possible way he avoids conviction.
Meanwhile, at least 4 New York district attorneys are looking into possibly taking criminal action against Cuomo, requesting additional investigative information from the state's probe into sexual harassment allegations against him.
He not only has potential criminal liability in 4 different jurisdictions, but a different branch of the AG's office is still looking into whether he misused government resources.
Cuomo has denied the allegations against him in the Attorney General report. His attorney saying in a statement, quote, "The governor will cooperate with the Assembly and appreciates the opportunity to provide a submission to them, an opportunity not provided by the AG's investigators who acted not as independent fact finders, but as prosecutor, judge, and jury." The report omits documents, emails, and testimony that contradict its narrative. Attorneys working for the Assembly's impeachment probe have invited Cuomo to submit additional evidence to them by no later than August 13th. Jason Ruttman, WNY News Now.
Jason, thank you. Meanwhile, previously, Cuomo signed legislation which mandated sexual harassment training. But according to the AG, he only recalled taking the training once. That was in 2019. And investigators say then he didn't sign the certificate himself. School districts across New York State have now the autonomy to create their own reopening plans. New York State's Health Department announced that new policy yesterday. In a statement, State Health Commissioner Dr. Howard Zucker says with the end of the state's disaster emergency back on June 25th, school districts are now reestablished at controlling their own entities. Zucker furthers that districts do need to develop plans to open in person safely by following recommended guidance from the CDC and local health officials. Well, New York State Senator for the 57th Senate District is speaking out as officials in Albany are preparing to undergo the process of congressional redistricting. As WNY News Now's Matt Hummel reports, Republican Senator George Borrello tells us that he's worried about how the 23rd Congressional District, of which Chautauqua County is currently a part of, will be altered.
Regardless, I think whether you're a Republican or Democrat, or liberal or conservative, you should be concerned about how this district will be gerrymandered. The greater issue is that we have an opportunity. Every single person in this state for the very first time has an opportunity to have a voice in the redistricting process.
That's New York State Senator George Borrello, who details how the Independent Redistricting Commission, a bipartisan group established by a state constitutional amendment in 2014, is designed to establish fair redistricting.
Not based on getting incumbents reelected or satisfying certain political agendas, but on how to best serve the most people. And that's something that every New Yorker should be concerned with.
The senator furthers that Chautauqua County's current district was fought for in the previous redistricting process by various influential lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, including former Congressman Amo Houghton, who passed away in March of 2020, and former Lieutenant Governor and U.S. Congressman Stan Lundeen from Jamestown.
There were so many people that have the same concerns, the same challenges, and we need a representative that knows about the agriculture is our dominant industry, the challenges we face with population loss, the challenges we face with being on the border of Pennsylvania.
A native of Irving, he adds that he is concerned about potentially being placed in a district with Buffalo.
That just does not serve the best interests of the most people here in Chautauqua County. And that to me is my thought. But ultimately, this is about the people deciding. This is about an open, transparent process with an independent redistricting commission. That to me is no matter how this goes, no matter how this plays out, and that's the best way to go about it.
In Jamestown, Matt Hummel, WNY News Now.
Matt, thank you. Members of the public who wish to submit testimony for that August 12th virtual meeting for Western New York can join online. The meeting will start at 2 o'clock, and we'll have more info on how you can do that at WNYNewsNow.com. Well, if you like unique cars, rev up your engines and head over to 3rd Street tonight for the Jamestown Cruise-In. The event, which was canceled last year due to COVID, will now allow locals to show off their retro motor vehicles, along with other automobiles that have features rarely seen on the roads today. 3rd Street will be shut down at 3 o'clock for setup purposes, with check-in starting at 4 and the event kicking off at 5. It will likely run around 10 o'clock tonight. The Cruise-In is hosted by the Jamestown Community Chamber of Commerce and the Der Cobblers Automobile Association. There will be live music as well, and the Babe Ruth World Series Committee will be selling burgers, hot dogs, and drinks for their fundraiser. Those interested in registering their vehicles are still able to do it online. It'll cost $10. For more, check out chautauquachamber.org. Certainly lots of fun planned tonight. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section down below. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Linda, good to see Amy, Missy, and Kathy. Hopefully you all are having a great Friday out there. Well, now let's get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by, and it's beautiful out there.
Yes, it is. It is a gorgeous early afternoon out there. A live look from Randolph Beaches and Cream Skycam shows you those clear, almost clear blue skies. Just a few high clouds in the sky right now, but the dew point, again, still almost an issue out there. Upper 50s to lower 60s across the area. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more sticky. Satellite and radar composite really doesn't show you much. There's a couple of little light clouds moving across the Niagara Peninsula. Otherwise, that's it. but there will be a chance for showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon. But it's a small chance. It's something we've been talking about throughout the week, how the heat and the humidity is likely going to fuel these afternoon showers and thunderstorms. 79 was the high yesterday, started the day at 56, 97, and 42 back in 1918 was the record high. So through the afternoon, have another one on us. You deserve it. But there will be a chance for a spotty afternoon shower or thunderstorm. It's very spotty oddie is the name of the game. Muggy 79 to 85 with a light wind. Now tomorrow, maybe a few more showers and thunderstorms than the heat really goes up from here. We'll tell you where it's going with that 7-day forecast later in the show. Justin.
All right, Dakota, thank you. This week, leaders with the State University of New York discussed the education system's plan to return to in-person instruction this fall during a visit to Jamestown this week. SUNY Chancellor Jim Malatras met with Jamestown Community College President Daniel DeMart and North County Center and Career Advantage Director Beth Starks at JCC. Malatras says he wants as many students as possible to be vaccinated before they get back to the classroom.
If you're vaccinated right now, and if you're out of the CDC sort of hot zone, you don't have to wear masks, you don't have to socially distance, you can do everything that a normal college experience is you're traditionally used to. If you are unvaccinated, however, you're subject to weekly testing, not as a punishment, but we want to make sure that we're controlling the virus on our campuses.
While there's no vaccine mandate, Chancellor Malatras wants as many faculty and students to be vaccinated so that everyone will be able to attend in-person education this fall. Well, will we need vaccine boosters? That's a big question facing health experts right now. And as Britt Conway reports, a White House source saying we could have an answer and their impact on our region.
I am not leaving until you do a revote for the people, by the people, and of the people, now!
These parents in North Carolina furious their kids will have to wear masks when they go back to school later this month. As the mask mandate debate rages on, so does the Delta variant. Right now, more than 92% of Americans live in areas where the CDC recommends wearing masks inside public buildings. Experts say getting more shots in arms is the only way out of this pandemic, but only half the population is fully vaccinated. And now, nearly 8 months since the first vaccines were given outside of trials, the big question is about boosters. Do we need them now?
I want to be very clear. People do not need to go out and get a booster shot.
But could we eventually need them?
We don't know, and it's okay to say that. The analogy, doctor in the emergency room, doesn't have all the facts. Going to make the best decision he can to save someone's life. When he or she gets more facts, we'll revise that decision. And right now, the FDA, CDC, and National Institutes of Health are evaluating options. An administration official says the goal is to lay out a national strategy for COVID-19 booster shots in early September.
We're looking at many different areas, and everybody is assessing the science. As that science evolves, we will report that science to the American people.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. The September strategy would apply to all vaccinated people, with a decision for those who are immunocompromised expected soon. Coming up, a Jamestown woman arrested and facing charges after allegedly throwing eggs at a car. And later, our Washington, D.C. correspondent breaking down orphan wells and explains what the future may mean. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this Friday afternoon.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Located along the Amish Trail, the Randolph Retail Company offers a variety of clothing, jewelry, and gifts for any occasion. Offering uptown merchandise at small-town prices, our locally owned business balances quality and value. With complimentary gift wrap here at the Randolph Retail Company, we pride ourselves in personal service. Check out our Facebook page or stop in today at 127 Main Street, Randolph, just a 20-minute drive from Jamestown.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
In what one could say is an unusual arrest, a Jamestown resident was taken into custody after allegedly committing multiple crimes, including throwing eggs at a car. At around 6:30 yesterday, Jamestown police responded to a tampering complaint on Elam Avenue. When they arrived on scene there, they say 56-year-old Cynthia Scholeno, who allegedly violated an order of protection, trespassed, and made threats to a victim, and most notably, egged a car. As police attempted to take her into custody, officers say she was combative and eventually was restrained and taken to Jamestown City Jail pending arraignment. In the end, Scholeno was charged with criminal contempt, harassment, trespassing, and resisting arrest. Well, the 34-year-old Jamestown man is accused of damaging a Chautauqua County Sheriff's cruiser. The Sheriff's Office says Daniel Douglas was walking along East 2nd Street last Friday when he allegedly intentionally damaged that patrol vehicle. Yesterday, deputies located Douglas and served him with an appearance ticket for third-degree criminal mischief. He's scheduled to appear in Jamestown City Court to answer the charges. Well, there are thousands of old gas and oil wells that remain uncapped, some dating back to the 1800s. Now, one Pennsylvania congressman is proposing new legislation to solve what he says is a relatively unknown but significant environmental problem. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Matt Knadler has the story.
Sometimes these so-called orphan wells are hidden in plain sight.
If there was a road to them in 1885, you wouldn't see it now.
Tucked in the forests and countryside, more than 56,000 of these old oil and gas wells are scattered throughout the United States, with potentially hundreds of thousands more undocumented. Now dried up, they have sat dormant for decades, but they can still unknowingly emit methane gases or leak petroleum into nearby watersheds. David Clark and the Pennsylvania Great Crude Coalition have spent years capping these wells.
These wells are getting to a point that if we don't get in them soon, $10,000, $20,000 plugging jobs are going to become $100,000 plugging jobs because you have to remove all of those materials.
That high cost is why Pennsylvania Congressman Glenn Thompson recently introduced the POWERS Act. It reauthorizes a federal orphan well remediation program and establishes a new $2.2 billion grant program to cover the capping and plugging costs for private companies.
See small businesses. They have the personnel, they have the experience, they have the technology, they know how to do this.
Thompson also hopes the bill will keep workers on the job with tens of thousands of layoffs and job losses due to falling fuel prices during the pandemic.
It's just a great opportunity to be able to help our mom and pop oil and gas companies that are out there.
That includes Clark's family-owned drilling company, now in its third generation, trying to make a buck and trying to make the environment better for future generations.
This is a years-long endeavor, I take it.
It's going to be multi-years, probably several decades.
In Washington, Matt Knadler reporting.
Matt, thank you. Well, grab a cold one and cheers with some friends today. It's not just the start of the weekend, but also International Beer Day. I knew I was going to screw it up. Whether it's a plain ale, a porter, or a stout, raise a glass. International Beer Day dates back to 2008. The holiday always falls on the first Friday in August because it's so hot in so many parts of the world. And who doesn't want a cold beer on a hot day? Give me Yingling anytime after hours, of course. Dakota, I'm assuming that's probably not beer in that cup because I know
Cheers, folks.
You aren't a beer drinker.
No.
But we could go get some vino after hours, right? Yeah, whiskey, right? Just have it straight. Let us know what your favorite drink is in the comment section down below. If you do, if you don't. Great to see Nick. Good to see David, Scott, and Diane. Hopefully you all are having a great Friday and finding some way to stay cool out there because the sticky, icky air is back once again.
Absolutely. Let's go in there and talk about it. Now, I wanted to mention something. This is something we mentioned before. Now, when you get down across the lower elevations, the valleys, and of course the Lake Erie shoreline, you generally stay warmer. Well, why is that? Well, obviously the cooler air during the day settles across the hills. So as that warm air surges down into the valleys and of course the lower elevations, you warm up a lot quicker as that high pressure warms up a lot quicker down across the lower elevation. So that's why the Lake Erie shoreline today and the valleys will likely be the warmer spot. Just a few high clouds dotting the sky right now from the top of the, well, this is on top of our building right now. From the HD News Now cam, the DoubleTree camera is broken. We have no idea what's wrong with that. 79 degrees right now as a noon hour with a south wind of 9. We have a wind gust of 16, and the dew point still going to be an issue through the day. Upper 50s to lower 60s through the day today. Now, as Justin mentioned earlier, the Jamestown Cruise In back today, or back this year. It starts at 5 o'clock today, 82 degrees down to 76. Now, we have kind of removed the thunderstorm icons in here, but understand there is still going to be a chance for a spotty, isolated shower or thunderstorm at some point during the afternoon. And again, you know how these work. We can't tell you when or where it's going to rain. Just understand there is a chance for a shower or thunderstorm through the afternoon. So you know what to do. When thunder roars, you go indoors. And of course, if you bring a car out, you might want to cover it up as well. So here's going into next week, something we mentioned yesterday. The jet stream pulls north, and when it pulls north, that ultimately surges warm, moist air into the northeast, and that's going to be coming our way for next week. So it's hazy, hot, and humid, the three triple H's that we really don't want to talk about, and it's shown here on the muggy meter. Again, for today and tomorrow, we're humid, and then go back up into the muggy category for Monday and Tuesday. Some early indications suggest maybe by the middle or late next week, we may go into that oppressive category for dew points. So, yeah, it's going to be air conditioners on kind of weather for a while. High pressure continues its control over the northeast, but this is a impending cold front. This is going to be moving our way on Saturday, actually later tomorrow, Saturday. For some reason I thought today was Thursday. I have no idea why. But let's just skip ahead to FutureScan, and you'll see that FutureScan painting partly to mostly sunny skies, but notice the model popping up those spotty-oddy showers and thunderstorms. And again, the showers and storms are not going to look in this exact location. Again, this is just a computer simulation. Just understand there is a chance for spotty afternoon showers and thunderstorms. They go to bed for the night, partly to mostly cloudy for tonight. And then tomorrow will likely start dry, but showers and thunderstorms will likely pop up again tomorrow afternoon during the peak heating hours of the day. Same deal. They pop up at random nature. And again, you'll see FutureScan showing those by the time we go into tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow evening should be at least a little bit of a calmer night with at least a few showers early and then turning partly to mostly cloudy. It's the same kind of deal that we deal with throughout, during the peak of the summer. So the zone forecast today, we're talking likely lower 80s for most areas, maybe mid 80s once you get down across the warmer section of Warren County. A fabulous Friday with a pop-up shower or storm. And now the next 7 days of your life on planet Earth. 83 tomorrow, scattered afternoon showers and storms. A storm possible on Sunday, but the majority of the day should be dry. Take a look at Monday, 86. Quite warm and humid, and then by the time we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, each day a chance for scattered afternoon showers and storms, well, still remaining muggy. We'll take a break. Be right back.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing. After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this. You will find something.
You will find something new.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. In an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the Chautauqua County Humane Society in a segment called The Pet of the Week. Joining us live from outside of their Strunk Road location is Amanda Sublett to talk more about this week's featured furry friend. Hi, Amanda.
Hey, Justin. Today I have with me here, this is Lucy. She's about 7 years old, super friendly, very easygoing personality. If you just want to relax, she's going to relax with you. But don't let that age fool you because she does like to play. She can get a little perky there, but doesn't last forever. She's a great cuddler. Love cuddling. I don't know who doesn't there.
Right.
One of her favorite things are those squeaky toys. If they make noise, she loves it.
Yeah, absolutely. Has Lucy had time, do you know? I know she seems like she has a lot of experience under her belt, but does she do well with other dogs or cats? Is that something that maybe could work for her?
She does. It's actually great because she does fantastic with other dogs. She does fantastic with cats and with kids. She loves everybody. She's so easygoing. It's a perfect match already.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know we talk a lot about on the show about how best to try to introduce kids to maybe younger pets and kittens. I know we were talking about a couple weeks ago, but I imagine for somebody like Lucy, who maybe is an older dog, kids really have to understand that, you know, Lucy's maybe not a puppy. Yes, she likes to play, but they obviously need to be maybe more careful with her. Is that something that you recommend families try to talk about when looking at having a great friend like Lucy come to their home?
Well, I like to stick with general with all dogs because all dogs should be given that same amount of respect. Sit down, let her come to you. We want it to be her choice. She should not be forced to interact. But when she gets to know you, she's going to keep coming back more and more for that attention. And it's really simple. It's just be gentle with her. Nobody wants to roughhouse without being expected to. Don't pull on those ears or her tail. Got to be really, really nice. Right, Lucy?
Right, absolutely. And really, her nose, I think, is...
Dogs or cats included.
Right, and I think, Amanda, one of the big things that...
You don't want...
Sorry, we're talking over each other because it seems like we have a little bit of a delay. But one of the big things that I think is important to note is, and we're showing our viewers now, actually, the one photo you guys provided, she has like a couple spots on her nose. Do you know what that is? Is that a birthmark?
That's her skin. It is a birthmark. That's just what she looks like there. She's got a couple right here. You can see them. But they're adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, they really are. And she's a beautiful dog. Her hair is really incredible. So again, our friend Lucy here, available for you. If you're interested, just head on over to the Chautauqua County Humane Society. You can check them out online too at chqhumane.org. Really just enjoying the day. It is beautiful out there. You guys picked a great spot. So she's looking for a good home. And if you're in the market for a new friend, it looks like she's calling for you. So looks like she maybe even wants to get down a little bit. I mean, who wouldn't, right? It's a perfect day for a walk. I think I know what's in your future there, Amanda. Certainly, really great. And Dakota, we've talked about animals on this program often, right? We love having the Humane Society on, showing off these cats, dogs, and even rabbits before. And when you look at it, at the end of the day, most of them are just looking for a really great situation to fit into. And when you look at somebody like Lucy, somebody who's just so laid back, if you're a first-time dog owner, I'd imagine that's one of the best ways you can go about it because she's chill. She just wants to live her life, and now it looks like she wants to explore a little bit, get off the bench and check it out. But even then have a cuddle buddy too, which can be really nice.
Right.
So.
And I mean, I've never had a dog. I mean,
you've had a cat.
Right.
Maybe not so cuddly.
No, not really all that cuddly. But but I know people who have dogs, and it's just like, one of the things that I think is probably one of the greatest things about dogs, or some dogs, is that they really can be a cuddle buddy. And I mean, you know, sometimes that's just what you need after the end of a long day at work or whatever. You just come home and have the dog just cuddle right up with you, and makes it just feel right.
Yeah, I truly believe it's a stress reducer. I truly believe that. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We'll leave you with this live look over Cat County. Have a great day. We'll see you back here Monday.